Hello everyone, my name is Pradeepa Selvaraj. I am Mrs. Australia Galaxy National Finalist for 2025. Welcome to my podcast channel, Fearlessly Feminine. Today we have a lovely Shirin Balakrishnan who's joining us as our guest speaker, and she is an international synchronized skating champion, and she has represented Australia in multiple international ice skating championships. Let me give a brief introduction about Shirin Balakrishnan. Joining us from Sydney is Shirin Balakrishnan, whose story is one of persistence, passion, and unwavering connection to the team that has supported her every step on the way in her ice skating journey. From the classrooms of Sydney to ice rinks across Europe, Shirin balances life as a Year 12 HSC student with the high demands of representing Australia in competitive synchronized skating. Having first stepped onto the ice at the age of 9, Shirin has grown with the sport, transforming early passion into international achievements. She's already made her mark on the ice, representing Australia on the world stage along with her team at the 2025 World Junior Synchronized Skating Championships in Sweden. She has proudly represented her country at both the French Cup and the Mozart Cup in Austria, and alongside her teammates, climbed the podium again and again with two national gold medals, a silver and a bronze, and even brought home gold at the Britannia Cup, which was held at Nottingham, United Kingdom. More than just a competitor, Shirin is a devoted teammate, someone who values the bond, trust, and unity that synchronized skating demands. Her journey reflects not only personal excellence, but the power of working together towards a common goal. Welcome, Shirin, to the podcast channel Fearlessly Feminine. How are you today?
Hi, I'm doing amazing. Thank you for having me on the podcast today. So excited to be here.
Lovely, Shirin. Would you like to introduce yourself to the listeners and the viewers?
Yeah, the introduction you gave was pretty good, but I'll say a few things. Yes, I am a Year 12 student, and I'm also an international synchronized ice skater representing Team Australia with my team. And yeah, I've won a couple of national medals and also the Britannia Cup medal, the Britannia Cup was held in Nottingham. So I have a few medals with me. I'll show some. The green and gold is the national medal, and this one, the red and blue, is the Britannia Cup gold medal. So, yes. Yeah.
That's so lovely, Shirin. I'm very proud to have you in my podcast channel today. And it's a great opportunity for the community to know what synchronized skating is. So, shall we start with the questions?
Yeah.
Lovely. Um, what sparked your interest in synchronized skating?
So when I was about 8 or 9, like we went to Hunter Valley and we did some ice skating in Hunter Valley, and I don't know, it felt a bit natural, and it it just gave like a different feel to dance. I was doing dance at the time, and I don't know, it just felt like something I was meant to do. So I started lessons with like the skate school, and it just developed from there.
Lovely. Um, can you describe how synchronized skating differs from other forms of figure skating?
So figure skating is more of like singles, where a solo person skates on the ice, and synchronized skating consists of 16 skaters. Most of the time they're all female, but now and then there are like one or two males on the team. And we all have to synchronize, like skate together, which is way harder, I think, than doing figure skating because you don't have to match with anyone else. But I think it's a very good sport to develop your teamwork in. So yeah.
That's really good to know. Yeah, I can understand how hard it is to do a synchronized sport, just like you synchronize swimming. I'm pretty sure it involves a lot of teamwork and coordination, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's good. Can you share your journey into synchronized skating and how it has impacted your life as a young woman?
So when I started synchronized skating, I was about 10. And it was a really young age to start, but I think starting at a good age like that in a team sport is very essential for young women because you learn to work together with other children, and it really helps you uplift each other and do better in a sport. And as I grew older, I obviously increased in levels with my team. And because of the strong foundation we had, from which our coach cultivated, my coach Adele, she cultivated a good community within our team, and no one brought anyone else down. And we all just kind of grew up together and supported each other throughout the way. So that was really good.
That's lovely to know. What's the name of your team that went all the way from Australia to represent our country in different other countries? Do you want to tell the name of your team and also the name of your coach who
Yeah.
took the effort
So
to do all these things?
yeah, so my team is called Southern Sky Synchronized, and my coach's name is Adele Leghorn, and she's a wonderful coach. Yeah.
Where do you guys train usually?
We train all the way up in Central Coast. So
So
she owns a drink. So yeah.
lovely. So do you wake up and go to Central Coast almost every, how many days do you train?
Yeah, so about 6 hours a week,
Okay.
but long travel.
Mm.
About twice a week we train up in Central Coast. Some girls live up there, some girls live in Sydney. So it's a bit of a travel for the Sydney girls. So yeah, a lot
Mhm.
of hard work and dedication.
That's good. That's good. Um, yeah, of course, I think you wouldn't do all these things if you don't have the passion because it's a long travel. You're in year 12 as well. So that's really good to know, Shirin, that you're very committed to the sport. And I would really like to appreciate your coach, Adele Legon, for holding this team together for years and years together and giving this opportunity and platform for the young girls to represent the country in an international sport like synchronized skating. So moving forward, Shirin, synchronized skating is a team sport. How do teamwork and collaboration in skating translate to personal empowerment and leadership skills for women?
So we have a lot of opportunities within our team, like team captain and things like that. And I feel like when you're team captain, you have a sense of responsibility that comes with it. And that obviously would help you build your leadership skills. And I was team captain back in 2023 in the advanced novice division. And I think it was a good opportunity for me to like help out when I could. And yeah, like I'll give like an example. When we went overseas, we had like for Worlds, when we went for the World Championships, four people in our team ended up being really, really sick during our period of training right before the championship. And obviously that was not a good situation for us, like because this was a high level competition. But our team captains and all our like assistant coaches, chaperones, everyone helped out. And through leadership and through communication, we all were able to like, as a team, we helped each other. We all stepped in, subbed in, we in uncomfortable like positions we weren't used to. And I think that that really translated to like leadership with the captains, communication and teamwork, especially. Like that was really good to see.
That's good. I think this experience is building up a lot of personal experience for you as well. Like in later stages of life, probably this would be very, very helpful for all the girls who are in the team to build the resilience and overcome difficult and challenging moments.
Yeah, absolutely.
Now, you have already talked about the challenges faced, but I'm going to ask you again, is there anything else that is more challenging that you have faced as a female athlete in synchronized skating, and how have you overcome them?
So absolutely. I think that the men's hockey teams, they definitely get more government funding, I'd say, than figure skating as a sport. And they get much more incentives from the government, which really help them develop their sport. And I just think that maybe the government could do a little bit more, just a little bit more for figure skating. And really it would help the viewership of our sport go higher. And as you know, like I don't know if many people know this, but a lot of people don't know synchronized skating is a sport, and that's why it's not in the Olympics. Like synchronized swimming's in the Olympics, but I think that if the viewership of synchronized skating went higher, it'd go in the Olympics. And if we just got the same attention as maybe men's hockey teams, I think that maybe we would have a chance, at going to the Olympics or something one day.
Yeah, very true. Is that okay if I ask you on an average, when you go on an international trip, how much would you spend out of your pocket for your travel, your accommodation, and all those things?
So I think usually it costs around $4,500 for every overseas trip for per person out of pocket. But this time we've got a couple of sponsors, so the price went like down a lot, which we're really grateful for. And yeah, I think just utilizing our contacts and like sponsors and that really helped us this time. Yeah.
So, do you apply for any scholarships? Does your teammates apply for any scholarships that you can get through the councils, through the government, or anything?
Yeah, there was one I think 2 years ago that I got. They gave us a couple of $100, but yeah, it helps, but I think the government has a little bit more to do there.
That's very true. Yeah, it's a good initiative by the government to give scholarship for young athletes attached affiliated to their local council. And I remember the Blacktown Council had it. Blacktown, which council approved yours?
Yes, it
Was
was
it
Blacktown.
Shifley?
Yeah, it was Ed Husick who signed on it.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was a good appreciation that you got of being living in that council area, and you got that appreciation. But at the same time, of course, the cost is way more than what we you do get. Um, yeah, it would be amazing if the government can fund and chip in more into this beautiful, elegant sport where the girls are going to the national level, international level, and representing a country. So we'll just put that forward through this podcast if anyone is listening to support the sport through the community. How does the synchronized skating community support and uplift female skaters? And what more can be done to enhance the support?
So with most figure skating skaters being female, most of the synchronized skating community is a bunch of skater moms and skaters that have aged out of their skating category and no longer compete. So they have good passion for the sport. And my coach is a massive reason that our team is at the level it is at today. And she's a huge part of the community. And she really strives to get us the best facilities and opportunities despite like the financial struggles with our sport, as we don't get, as much funding as other sports. So yeah, I think the community support is really good at like uplifting female skaters. And yeah.
That's good. That's good to know. Um, so it's a very silly question, but I'll still ask it. You will be the best person to answer this, Shireen. Uh, how old? What's the age range in your team?
So our age range is 13 to 19.
13
Once
to
you're
19.
19,
Okay.
yeah, once you're 19, you can no longer compete in the junior category and you have to move on to senior. So yeah.
Mm. So is it more of girls who are in this sport in your team?
Yes, we're a fully girl team.
Fully girl team. So 13 to 19, fully girl team. What are the girly dramas that you would face in this kind of a team sport?
Um, our team doesn't have much girly drama or anything, but yeah, it's just a more of a, I'd say like girl talk kind of team. Like I can't really imagine having a boy on the team.
Would you want to have a boy in the team?
No, I don't think like yes, they would be welcome, but I feel like our team atmosphere is more of a girly atmosphere. I just don't see that happening.
Okay, because I have seen one or two boys in other teams, and that they get along very well with the other girls in the team. They are very much appreciated for the input they give in the team. So it would be interesting to know if Southern Sky synchronized skating can bring in a boy into their team, and we'll
Oh,
see how it looks. Oh,
they
they
have
do. Okay.
in like mixed stage and
Oh,
everything. They
lovely.
do have.
Mm.
I've personally never skated with a boy on the team.
Okay, all right. All right. That's good to know, like how what the team feels about having a boy in the team. That is really interesting to know. We'll see how it goes in the future years. Um, so Shirin, do you have any advice that you would like to give for young female skaters who aspire to compete at higher levels?
So I think in a sport like this, I would say the best thing you can do is get involved with the skating community, with the skaters and the volunteers and everyone. It's just filled with wonderful people who are ready to help at all times in any aspect, whether it is to like perfect a new spin or a jump, or you just want general competition advice. And of course, hard work and dedication and determination is a huge part of skating success. And so if your coach asks you to turn up at the rink at 6 a.m. on Sunday morning when you just want to sleep in, you turn up ready to give it your all every training session. And that's the best you could do as a young female skater who, if you're aspiring to compete at such a high level.
That's good. That's good. Um, Now, my platform is Golden Age, which is middle-aged women,
Mhm.
and I'm participating in the Mrs. category, as you know, Golden Strength and Golden Mind. So I am a big promoter of fitness and mental health. I strongly believe that they go hand in hand. And how can participating in synchronized skating contribute to mental health and self-esteem for young women?
So, look, synchronized skating is all about precision, dedication, and unity. And I think the satisfaction you get from learning a new trick or element is like extraordinary. It gives you like a sense of accomplishment, ultimately boosting your self-esteem with thoughts like, like, wow, I actually did it. I didn't think I could do it. And mental health is a huge aspect in synchronized skating, and it's like essential to remove mental barriers to actually be able to try new tricks. So if you're thinking like, oh, I can't do it, like it's not going to happen, you need to have a clear mindset and a positive outlook in skating. And if you practice this in skating, it is like easily applicable to your day-to-day life, which would contribute positively to your mental health.
That's really good to know because current situation, where there's a lot of focus on mental well-being of young adults. So, the hospital I work for, we are building a completely new tower. I don't know how many floors are there, but it looks massive. For mental health of young adults and children. So if a sport can give them that natural chemical secretion to help them boost their morale and the mindset in their brain, that would be really good. And if synchronized skating can do that, that's going to be so good. And hope this sport gets well promoted and well known among the community as well. And I would like to ask you, Shireen, can you share a story about a female athlete you have inspired, who has inspired you, and how they influence your perception of women in sports?
So definitely, I really look up to Serena Williams. She's definitely a key reason as to why the viewership of women's tennis skyrocketed. And her determination as a woman and her putting in the hard work since her childhood. I saw that in the movie about her. I forgot the name, but it was a really good one about her and her sister Venus Williams. And just seeing how she ultimately climbed up the world ladder through hard work really calls out to me. And I know it's like a wide assumption that men are physically and mentally stronger than women, But female athletes such as Serena really stand out to me as like she immediately, when you look at her, she's like emitting such a strong aura of confidence, like high self-esteem, and she has a strong aura of resilience. And it has really shaped women's sports, as you can see.
Yeah, resilience is very important, and also the power Serena has got. It's not just physical power. She's got really good mental power as well. I think she has trained not just physically but mentally too to put up with
Absolutely.
stress and overcome it, break those barriers, come out of the comfort zone, challenge people, challenge the referees. She's a very strong woman. And when you talk about Serena, I can always remember all the colorful outfits she wears. And
Yeah.
she's got a fashion statement as well, if you have noticed, like that is needed. Like when you want to make an impression or you want to make um, a strong opinion, you want people to look at you. So you need to make them look at you physically, like not in sense at your body, but at your what are you wearing? It should stand out,
Yeah.
something that catches the eye, and it can stay in the mind of people. So she made an impression initially with her fashion statements. That's when the people started to notice her, and the way she played as well. So there are a couple of things that Serena used there, some strategies that she used there, making an impression through fashion statement, playing the game, and proving that she's really strong. So Serena is an amazing female sports champion, and I would say in similar lines, what's her name? Shakari Williams.
Richardson,
Yeah,
yes.
Richardson. Yeah, she
Mm,
is great. Yeah, same thing. Look at the similarity, a
yeah.
fashion statement, the nails,
Mhm.
and then
The
what does she
hair.
do? She has a significant body language she does when she
And
marks the finishing line. So the body language, the fashion statement she creates, but at the same time they are strong sports champions as well. They do win the sport, but at the same time that's not good enough for the society at the moment. They want more, so they want to look at a more impressive thing. So they are into creating a fashion statement and creating a brand. They're personally branding themselves so that the community can remember them. So I think they are very smart women who can personally brand themselves. So I'm very impressed to know that Serena is your role model. So I think you can start creating some personal branding in synchronized skating in coming up years as well. Or even Triple S can do that. Um,
yeah.
yeah, that's nice. Moving forward, Shireen, I would like to ask you regarding your thoughts on young women participating in pageants. Do you believe it benefits them by helping them develop their self-confidence or personal growth?
Yeah, so I actually see many similarities between figure skating and pageants, as both involve showcasing self-confidence and bold self-esteem. And I remember watching the Miss Universe rounds almost every year, and I'm just thinking about how confident each woman sounded as they proudly represented their country is just amazing. And I believe like pageants give young women the opportunity to develop their own confidence and feel comfortable in their own bodies and be able to use this to cultivate their own personal growth. And pageants really do give a stage at whatever level to emanate their confident aura, whether it is from just a ramp walk or their answer to like the nominated question. So yeah, I think it's amazing. I think it's an amazing opportunity for young women to be able to participate in pageants.
That's good. That's really good. Especially these kind of platforms like synchronized skating or pageants. They are something where you can challenge yourself, you can break your barriers, and um, I term this as the Cinderella syndrome. You don't need to try and fit yourself into that glass shoe when you're able to have the power to break the glass ceiling. So um, it gives you a very big platform where you're breaking barriers and you're challenging yourself, coming out of your comfort zone, and creating a big statement there, being an influencer and talking with the community directly. So thank you so much, Shirin, for all your input. Is there anything else you would like to tell to the viewers or the audience?
Oh, thank you so much for having me today. And yeah, I hope that everyone's learned about this new sport. I'm pretty sure you probably wouldn't have heard of it before, but yes, this is amazing to do. Thank you
Is
so
there
much.
a lot of YouTube videos on the internet where people can watch your team's performance, Shirin?
Yeah, if you go to any Ice Skating Australia YouTube channel, you can see it like all the teams compete in the different categories. And yeah, there's so
Uh,
many on YouTube.
Lovely. That's good. That's good. I have shown some of the your team's videos to my friends, and they were quite amazed by the fact that such a sport exists. So it's really good to bring this up and promote this sport into the community, and more people can know. And then it's very good that the community has to know that you guys are representing Australia at an international level and an international platform. So hopefully this podcast would reach more people and they would know about a new sport. And well done, Sherin, on being so persistent in going for your trainings and going for your international championships in spite of being in HSC and year 12. Well done to you and to your parents as well for taking you for your trainings. Now that you've started to drive, are you driving by yourself to Central Coast?
No, I did it once, but no, not
Yeah, but
every week.
you're getting there. So good job. And
Yeah.
then slowly you'll get there. And then you might be able to help your teammates as well so that some of the parents can take a break driving to
Yeah,
Central Coast.
absolutely, yes.
All right. A big thank you to Shirin Balakrishnan for joining us today in Fearlessly Feminine podcast. And I'm very obliged to thank Shirin and the Synchronized Skating team's coach, Adele Legon, for training this girls team and taking them to a really high international level and giving them this opportunity. Thank you, Ms. Adele. Thank you, Triple S. And thank you, Shirin, for joining us today in Fearlessly Feminine. Bye bye.